Good morning, students. I'm happy to. Good morning, students. This is AGPST. I want you to pay attention to whatever we are going to do. I want you to pay attention to whatever we are going to do this morning, either maths, English, science, or any other subject, because you are going to write your final exams. You are going to write your final exams. Now, I'm going to take you through. I'm Mr. Felix Emisa. Now, if you want to pass science, if you want to get one in science, we have the practical aspect, which is compulsory. And if you want to get one in science, we have to get at least 35 out of 40. It is compulsory. At least you have to get 35 out of 40. And the first session is under chemistry. Second session, biology. The third session is physics, and the last session is agriculture. So you have to know the pattern, so that whenever you take your book, you will know how you will study your science. Today, I'm going to take you through atom. I have treated this topic before, and I'm going to treat it again. Now, atom is the smallest part of an element that can take part in a chemical. We have two types of chemical reaction. The first one is exothermic reaction, and the second one is endothermic reaction. Take note of them. We have two types of chemical reaction. So, the definition: atom is the smallest particle of an element that can take part. Now, look at the structure of the atom. Now, we have the atom here. We have the nucleus. We have, under the nucleus, we have proton and neutrons. Now, this proton is having a positive charge. This neutrons is having no charge, and this one is having what? Negative charge. So, the protons and the neutrons are found in the nucleus of the atom. It is very important, take note of them. The protons and the neutrons are found in the nucleus of the atom. And the electrons moves around the shell or orbit or energy level. The electrons moves around the shell or orbit or energy level. It is very important. So, here, this is the nucleus of the atom. This one is found at the center of the atom. This nucleus consists of the protons and the neutrons. And the charge of proton, note of them. So this is the atomic structure, the structure of the atom. So in your exams, they can ask you, they can just draw this one for you. They will just here. They can clean this place in here. Here, you have to write what? Your nucleus here. Take note of them, which is very important. So we have electron, negative charge, proton, positive charge, and the neutrons, it does not have any charge. So if you are told to draw the structure of an atom, this one too is accepted. You can also draw this. This one too is accepted. Okay. So this This one is known as or orbit or energy. The nucleus consists of the protons and the nucleus. It is very important, okay? It is very important. Take note of them. Now, the entire mass of an atom is concentrated in the nucleus. I told you, the entire mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus. It is very important. So if you want to determine the mass of the atom, you can determine the mass of any atom from the protons and the neutrons. And the protons and the neutrons are located on the board. Now, this atom is having 3 electrons. We have the nucleus here. We have the proton. We have the neutrons. And we have this atom is having 3 electrons. So these are the electrons. They always move around the nucleus. Now, you can see that the nucleus is located at the center of any atom. So this is the nucleus. And within the nucleus, we have the protons and neutrons. Within the proton and the neutrons. Now, the charge of proton is what? Positive. Positive 1. A negative charge. So you can be able to determine the mass number of any atom. They will give you the proton number and they will give you atomic number. But I want you to note something down. In a neutral atom, in any neutral atom, the atomic number or the proton number is the same as the electron number. Now, look at this expression on the board. So look at this expression. A is equal to Z plus N. So if you want to determine the mass of any atom, you have to go by this. So I want you to take note of that. It is very important. So the Z stands for atomic number, proton number, and electron number if the atom is in the neutral state. And N is the neutron number. So if you are told to determine the mass of an atom, you use this equation, this simple equation. So A is the mass number, the Z is the atomic number, proton number, and electron number, and N is a neutron number. It is very important. Very important. Now, so let us solve this example. us saw some examples, example on the board. Now, the atomic number of a certain atom is 10, and its neutron number is 15. I. Determine its proton number. II. What is the electron number of the atom? And III. What is the mass number of the atom? I'm giving you, and the neutron number is 15. Now, I. Determine its proton number. Here, we don't do any calculation because the atom is in a neutral state. So if the atomic number is 10, its proton number 2 is 10. So number of protons is 10. Proton number is 10. It's 10. II. What is the electron number of the atom? The electron number of the atom is 10. This is because the atom is in the neutral state. So electron number 2 is 10. III. Here, you are told to determine the mass number of the atom. And you already have the proton number, or the atomic number, which is 10. And in the question, the neutron number is 15. So for you to determine the mass number of any atom, you have to, first and foremost, you have to write down the equation. This is the mass number. So mass number is equal to atomic number or proton number or electron number plus the number of neutron. So the atomic number is 10. So you write your 10 here. And the neutron number is 15. You write your 15 here. So to determine the mass number of the atom, you add 10 and 15 together, making 25. So the mass number of the atom is 20. Now look at this equation. A is equal to Z plus N. This one is mass number. This one is atomic number, proton number, or electron number, if the atom is in a neutral state. And this one is number of what? Neutron. Now, you can be told to find the number of neutron. In that kind of question, they will give you the mass number and they will give you the atomic number. So you have to make N the subject. You have to make N the subject. Now, so A, to make N the subject, A, you transpose this Z to this side. A minus Z is equal to N. This one is positive. So if I transpose this one to this side, it will be negative. Okay, so A minus Z is equal to N. So mass number minus atomic number will give you the number of what? Proton. So in a question, you can be given them to 16. 8 is equal to N. Sorry, 8 is equal to N. So therefore, the neutron number is 8. Or if you know this formula, you just put in the figures. After writing the formula, A minus Z is equal to N, you just put in the figures. So 16 minus 8 is equal to N. So 8 is equal to N. This one is accepted. This one too is accepted. So you can choose one of them. I'm giving you some 1 minute to copy the example on the board. hope you've understood what I said. So, atom is the smallest particle of an element that can take part in a chemical reaction. Atom is the smallest particle of an element that can take part in a chemical reaction. It's very important. So this is the definition of an atom. And we have subatomic particles. That is the proton, the neutrons, and electrons. These are the subatomic particles. And it is also known as the component of an atom. So the nucleus, in the center of the atom is the nucleus. And inside the nucleus, we have the protons and the neutrons in the nucleus. So we can determine the mass of any given atom based on what? The protons and the neutrons. Take note of that. It is very important. Okay, and atomic mass is measured in atomic mass units. Atomic mass is measured in atomic mass units. That's AMU. AMU. So we shall meet on Friday. Get ready for the next lesson. See you again on Friday. Thank you for watching AGPS TV Obuasi Municipal.